Susul. Hello, and welcome to Under the Plumbob Podcast. It's Team Cowplant, and I feel like I should introduce myself again. It's Vanity.
It's Marissa.
And it's Ava. Hey.
So today we're going to talk about the room challenge. Y'all, this is one challenge I actually did. Like, almost to completion.
Me too.
I say almost because shit went down out towards the end, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, this is a really great challenge to do if you're like me and you are the chronic starter and leaver, where you start
Same girl
and immediately
right
the
here.
non-completer, if you will.
I have so many save files of just half-finished challenges.
Same.
But this one, I remember doing this in like a weekend. Like, I remember it did not take me very long. It's like a pretty straightforward challenge.
It took me longer because of the career choice I picked, but it didn't take me long. By the way, found this out, that you can rename your save files. Boop! Boop! Did you know that? I didn't know that. So, because I have I just have like save files 1 through like 75, and I'm like, what is this? What is this one again? What is this one again? And then I realized yesterday, I was like, oh, you can name them. So now my save file says room challenge, and I have to go through every single one of them. Be like, this is the not so berry challenge. This is this, and this is this. It makes life so much easier if I can just know what I was clicking on. The more you know, guys. The more you know. There's that star. Girl, I don't know the basics. That's me. So if you guys don't know what the room challenge is, we're going to give you a quick and dirty of it, but there is definitely a link that we will link in the descriptions because it has pictures. It's way more comprehensive than I want to tell you it's about. There's also scorecards. I didn't use it because scoring confused me, but I don't have 2 monitors, so I was like, how can I use a spreadsheet and do it at the same time? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I couldn't do it. But there's a scorecard if you want to keep score, and apparently other people figured it out, so they all kept score. I just wasn't one of those people. So there's that. It was created by
Katorgama.
I feel like when every teacher would get to my name and roll call, they'd be like, Ashley, Tina, Bobby, Vanity. It's Vanity. It's okay. I know you're talking about me. It's fine. It's fine. That's how I felt like with her name right there. Like,
Yeah, Katorgama. I'm sorry. She's probably, if she listens to this, she's probably like,
right?
These bitches, like, what the fuck is going on?
It's pronounced like it's written. Why can't you get it? And I don't know, because
If it's in the Japanese, would that be Katorigama?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. I don't know Japanese, but that seems right to me. I know Chinese, but not Japanese.
Look at you. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, I studied. I don't know Chinese. I just studied it for 5 years, but that's how I am with Spanish. Really,
I watch a lot of anime. That's how I know some Japanese.
I live in Texas, that's why I took 12 years of Spanish, and I can talk to you about nothing. I can't do anything.
I was actually told by my Spanish teacher to not take Spanish. That's why I took Chinese, because that was the only other language that my school offered.
Wow.
But yeah, I was literally told, like, you need to not learn this language, which is really funny because I'm half Puerto Rican, basically. My mom's Puerto Rican. My grandparents are immigrants from Spain and Puerto Rico. Sorry, brain. So, yeah, that's
rude.
Funny. Like, no concept in my brain for Spanish for some reason. That's a fun fact about Marissa.
All right.
This challenge is
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. And like our stories, I mean, because it's such a short challenge, like our stories are relatively quick, so I think it's okay if we have tangents. And we can cut all of this out if needed.
Let's cut it out. Okay, so the rules. You create a sim. Do not care what your sim looks like or whatever, as long as they don't have the trait of loner. That's it. You can do whatever you want with your sim. If you
Because I feel like
what?
we should preface.
Go ahead. Preface with what?
No, it's just because you mentioned the loner trait. You can do that if you want the normal experience, but if you want the hard experience, you can make them. What was it again? Social something, outgoing.
No, it says you. It
No,
says
you can't. I know
it
you
says
can't
cannot
use
use
the
a loner trait
loner trait
because
if you
then
want
that-
like the normal experience. But if you wanted to go for hard mode, you could give them the outgoing trait so that they would need more socialization.
I don't give a lot of my Sims the
It's
outgoing
annoying.
trait because it's very
Mhm.
annoying. So how would that work if you can't actually talk to people? That's
Hashtag
interesting.
chatting. And I'll get to that in my story.
Anyway, okay, I just wanted to preface. So this challenge is made by insert Sim name here on the Sim or our creator here on the Sims community. They have Vanity said we're going to put the link in, but basically what you do is you just build a room, and there's like special specifications to it. But you build a room, you put a sim in, delete the door, cannot have a door, cannot leave the lot, cannot leave the house even. You literally just have to make money and build skills to complete the
Baron. Mhm.
mansion baron
You know,
challenge, or
like a
not
baron
challenge,
or
aspiration.
baroness or duchess or Dutch duke or Dutch. Duchess or
Oh,
Dutch.
okay, yeah.
It's a duke.
The Dutch of the Sims.
Oh shit! I've listened to way too much Queen's podcast. I'm like, they're all in there. They're all in there. Oh man.
And with that, they can't meet anybody. They can't, leave the lot. So it's really interesting. And you have to, complete the mansion baron challenge and earn all this money. And then once you earn all the money and complete the aspiration, your sim, you can do whatever you want with your sim afterwards.
Let me
So
tell you
pretty cool.
how funny it is when that welcome wagon comes and they're just like standing outside with their little fruitcake in their hand. By the way, who brings fruitcake to someone's house? So they bring them their little shitty ass fruitcake and they're just like trying to knock on your door, but there's no door. So it's like standing outside, like, and I'm just like, you can't come in because I can't come out. So, and they leave all like negative moodless, like maybe next time. And I was like, there will be no next time because I can't leave.
I can't leave. I did mine in that it's the $1,500 one, the tiny little lot in Newcrest.
Yeah.
And I did it on a new save, so I don't even know if I had the welcome wagon, to be honest. I don't think there was any
I did
Sims
mine in
the
what's that?
neighborhood.
Because guys, never know what any of the neighborhoods are called. Willow Creek, that's what it was. There's one lot that actually fits the specifications for it has to be what's it called? Like 15 by 20 or 30 or something stupid like that. Like the lot has a specifications on it. And there's only one lot that fits that specifications and it's in Willow Creek. So I did it on that lot and then had to go and find a house because I wasn't going to build one that fit the specifications in the gallery. I definitely recommend if you're not going to use make your own house just to do the hashtag room challenge on the gallery and then you'll find some houses that fit. That's how I found mine. So that's my tip. Yeah. So yeah, when you
So should we
yeah,
go over the rules?
Rule time. Oh yeah. So when you build your house, you can build up, but you can't have like stairs. You can't, like, it's all one. It's like you live in a giant studio. Like, that's
Yeah.
it's
Like a
one room.
room, basically. Just like one big room.
You can
Yeah.
build like an outdoor area for your room as long as it's fenced off. So like which is very helpful for the mansion baron, because you have to have like 75 paintings or something stupid pants like that. And it's really hard to do that in one room. So you can make an extra room like on your lot that your sim never goes to, that they can just throw shit in so that you can complete the tasks for mansion baron if you make money. I didn't make money because I picked the wrong aspiration and I picked the wrong job because
Yeah, basically, like the room that your sim lives in and benefits from just has to be 64 tiles. So whatever you do with those 64 tiles is totally up to you. But that's what I did in my save. I had my 64 tiled area, but I had like 2 or maybe like 3 or whatever of those like big windows that like cover the whole wall, you know? So I didn't want to like I didn't want to add more windows to her house because I got it where I liked it. So I just built a second like big empty room and put all the windows and put all the columns and paintings. I just put all that in that like second giant building on her lot.
I never had enough money to do that because my bitch was broke. It was painful. The whole challenge was painful for me, guys.
I really liked this challenge. Like it was pretty cool. And if you are doing just like a normal, like you can have a mailbox on your lot. You don't need to access it to pay bills. Like you can just pay them online. So you can just put the mailbox wherever if you're doing just like a normal thing. But if you're throwing a twist on it, what I did is I just put a door like by her kitchen and then built a fence literally as tiny as possible. So all she could do was like walk out the door, like open the mailbox and like go back in the house. Like there wasn't any room for her to like walk around outside. So that's what I did with that.
Did something similar, but I put my mailbox there and one of those little meditation benches. So I was like, at least she can sort of sit outside and soak up some vitamin D because, you know, just because she's outside doesn't mean that she can talk to anyone. Just make the fence high enough so that she can't talk over.
Oh,
I had a whole outdoor area. I had a whole so outside of her, she had a front door, but it didn't go anywhere. Like outside of her front door is like let's call it a lanai a la Golden Girls. It's like it's a porch, and I I made it a little bit bigger so she could put her plants out there, and and she loved the outdoors, one of her traits, because I used one of my pre-made sims that I already made, and she was a hippie, so she loves the outdoors, so that helped her when she went outside to do that, and then I had to put a roof over it because I needed my plants to freaking grow. But she still was outside because it didn't have any walls. Like it had like lower walls or whatever, so she's still technically outside, so she still got the moodlet for it. But I had to do that but that's how I accomplished the plant thing. But other than that, man, like that's I don't think you realize how much things cost when you play without cheats. That's the problem I have with this game. Like I've not played without using a money cheat since like Sims 2. And I played without a money cheat, and God, it felt too real. Like you're watching things like, I want this, but TV or computer.
Yeah.
And the computer was shitty. The TV was shitty. Well, no, she never had a TV. I'll wait for my story. But did you know that your fridge can give you a sad moodlet because you can? Yep.
Your fridge?
Fridge?
It sure as shit can.
Like what?
Is it because like when you take out leftovers and it's like if it's a cheap fridge, it's like, oh, it tastes like everything in the fridge.
Yeah, it's
Is
like
that the
your
one?
fridge smells, something crazy pants like that because it's a cheap ass fridge. Yeah, I was like, what the
Yeah, don't
I've
want
never
that.
gotten sad. I've only just gotten like tense, I think, or uncomfortable.
I was like, but why are you so upset about this? Like everything made her so upset, but I've never had a cheap fridge, so I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. But it can. So many things. So many things.
That's so funny.
Also fire. Fire happens. Oh God.
So we definitely need to go into stories. So I'll
Go ahead.
finish up rules. But basically, you just complete the mansion. Baron challenge. Got to end up with 30 windows, 20 columns, 20 paintings, and $350,000. Like when you're doing the aspiration, it'll be 30 windows and $150,000 or whatever. Like you work up to the end goal of $350,000. But that's it. And then once you're done with that, you are good to go. There is a scoring system that you can do. You start with 100 points. You -1 for every day that passes, excluding day 1. You -10 points every time a social need reaches critical. -10 every time utilities are shut off from unpaid bills. +10 for every skill that reaches level 10, and +5 for any aspiration stage you complete. So obviously scoring is totally optional. I didn't do it until we were recording this, and I quickly added up what my sim got. But I mean, if you have an Excel app on your phone, it's not too extensive, so you can kind of guess, I guess. But yeah, anyway, it's a really cool challenge. It's a great challenge for people who are not used to playing challenges, or they're more builders and they just want something kind of quick that isn't like a 10 generational, commitment. I did this in a weekend when we were snowed was that a month or two ago, where everyone, the whole world was, not world, but all of the US or Midwest was covered in snow, and no one could leave their house.
Oh yeah,
That's what I did that weekend.
Thoughts and prayers, because I wasn't snowed in down here because we don't get snow in Texas. So thoughts and prayers for that. But
yeah, we're in Minnesota. We got all the snow, every snow, national emergency type of snow. Literally, I think it was really funny. In my mother-in-law's neck of the woods or whatever, the city she lives in, people were, because we had to close down the freeways because they couldn't plow the freeways, but we had so much snow. Because it kept coming. It was really bad. So the snowplow people were literally putting piles of snow in front of the freeways so people wouldn't get on the freeways, because people were just driving around the cones and then getting stuck on the freeway because it wasn't plowed. It was really funny. I'm like, that's such a Minnesota way to handle something. Just put more snow on it. It's fine, guys. Just put this 10-foot pile of snow up on the freeway entrance. We'll be fine.
When I lived in DC, we had Snowmageddon right before I left, and it was kind of like that. They called it Snowmageddon on the news, and it was actually illegal to drive with snow on your roof of your car, because under the snow was ice. So if you're driving on the highway, that whole sheet of ice would come down and hit somebody behind you. Yep. But people were slipping and sliding through the world because we were stuck in that house for a good 6 days, and I was like, I'm gonna kill every one of you and eat my cats. I have to get out of here. So, but I had a Ford Focus hatchback, so that shit wasn't going anywhere. My friend had a Jeep.
Man, if that's how you felt, can you imagine how your sim felt, just being stuck inside all day?
I felt so bad for her.
For their entire life.
I felt so bad for her because I was like, I was trapped in for 6 people days. You've been in this bitch for a good chunk of time, and I know you are salty. But she had earbuds, so she was okay. Also, pro tip, if you do not have the fitness pack, I got it on sale when it was like $5. I highly recommend it, if nothing else, for the earbuds. First of all, they give them to you for free. Like a little pop-up will be like, hey, we want you to try out our earbuds and tell us what you think. And you're like, okay. You get it, and then in your inventory becomes earbuds. And you can wear the earbuds like you would as a human, just all the time, listening to music all the time. And you get a fun moodlet, which is great because her house had nothing fun in it. So, so she was like real sad. Like she was like, I need some fun. And the little smiley face was all like blinking at me. And so the earbuds help with that. So I highly recommend earbuds. That is my plug for the fitness pack.
No, I don't have the fitness pack. I need to get it.
I just debated it. It has a lot of good casts in it. I mean, it's just great. But the earbuds helped so much with this challenge because like her house was empty because she was Poe. So like she didn't have a TV. All she had were books. And books only help you have fun if you are a bookie sim, and she was not a bookwormy sim. So the books were just kind of like creeping up her fun factor, but mainly she was still sad and depressed because she was bored. So she put the earbuds in. Recommend it. Also, the music is funny to listen to. If you aren't like Marissa, who plays with her freaking Sims muted or something, which is weird.
I do. I've done that for as long as I can. I mean, since Sims 2, at least. Like, since I've been playing on a laptop, I just mute it and I just do other things.
You're missing out on the tunes.
And also, I used to play Sims 2. Like, when my brother met my sister-in-law, I was playing Sims 2. I don't remember whatever. When did Sims 2 come out? 2010 or whatever. Or 2008. So when they met, she also loves The Sims. So like we used to just sit on the couch and like with our laptops and like watch movies. And like my brother would be sitting next to my sister-in-law and they'd be like watching the movie or whatever. And I would just be like in the corner, like playing Sims, but we would like be talking to each other while we were playing. I think that's another reason why I like love this podcast is because for like a lot of my time, like when my brother and my sister-in-law were dating, we would like play Sims together and we would like tell the funny stories of what was happening in our saves and we would talk about things. And it's really fun to do. So I think that's why, I don't know, and that's why this podcast works because obviously most people don't play Sims with other people, you know?
I used to with my friend Natalie. She's the one who introduced me to The Sims, and we always used to play together. Like, I have control of the family, and then we'd play together, and she'd tell me, "Oh, do this," and I'd go and do this, and then we'd switch, and so it is a lot of fun.
I did that with my cousins. I got them into the game, and they would do the same thing. They'd be like, "Okay, well, what about this?" and blah blah blah, and they'd be invested in like what my characters were doing. So yes, Sims bringing families and friends together since it was inception. What is that, like 2000 and something? 2000.
But you know what, now that I think about it, my friends used to do that. We would like all go to someone's house and we'd sit on the computer and it'd be like 4 of us and we'd all be sitting on like little chairs and like one person would get to like use the mouse for like 10 minutes or whatever and we'd do whatever and we'd all be sitting there like playing it. Parents probably thought we were like super weird, but
you weren't doing drugs.
Childhood. Yeah, we were like 10, so that's probably why.
All right, so let's go into story time. Story time with Team Cowplant. So, I'm going to go ahead and, first we'll do tips and tricks, and then we'll do story time, because, that way people have the tips and tricks. So, Rebecca her tip was to work on other aspirations. So she managed to get the money tree after a while and made a little outdoor area and planted the tree. You can make 8,000 simoleons daily, which really helps. The gardening trait means you can talk to plants for social moodlet thing, whatever. I can't think of the word because it's too early. She also moved her sim into a 64 by 64 lot and then just built rooms from the gallery around my rooms that I played in. So she did that same thing where she built little rooms that so you put your shit in there because your house is too small for the mansion baron. You're not going to be able to put your stuff in there. But yeah. So story time. I made a sim. She's beautiful. She is. I have completely forgot her name. I think it was like Willow or something like that. And she's and I love her. She's on the gallery. But I love her to pieces. And I made her. She has an outdoor trait. She's, super great. And I was like, I'm going to make her, since she loves the outdoors and she's a free spirit, I'm going to make her have the flower arranging career because you don't have to leave your home. Everything will be great. So I get a house in the gallery because I don't build stuff. And the house is the Little Studio by Reese and Toby. I'll put a tag in there. It's a really, really, really nice house for this game. And I made the little outdoor area that's in the house. I made that her little garden, and she was going to be the flower arranging career. I'd never done it before, and I was like, I'm challenging myself to do this because I've never done it before, blah, blah, blah. Because you can do like programming or novels or painting. These are all careers that you don't have to leave your home for. So, anywho, so she gets in the house and everything's great. And then I have the great debate of like, I have to rearrange her house. I have not played without cheats in so long. So I am like rearranging the house. I look down at her funds and I'm like, this girl's only got like 500 simoleons left. Oh no. And I'm like, I have to stop doing this now. So I stopped rearranging her house and putting stuff in it. Well, not putting, I was just more like expanding walls out and stuff like that and putting on roofs, and that stuff costs money. So now we're playing the game and she's in it and everything's great. She's doing her flower arrangement. They're all pretty shitty because at first they're all poor quality and you get like $4 for them. Do not make this your career. You make $0 hairs with this. You are hemorrhaging money with this stupid career because of the fact that because she can't leave her house, she can't go find these plants in the wild, so she has to keep buying them to make it's ridiculous. So she is hemorrhaging money by making these little plants, but she's having a grand time. She has her little garden outside that I put a roof over it because seasons, if you have the seasons pack, sometimes the plants are out of season, so they won't grow. And pretty much all of the plants, all the flowers in the starter pack are out of freaking season in the season that I picked. So that sucked. So I put a roof over it and everything was fine. But she was getting like real socially like sad. So I was like, well, what do you do? And it doesn't say you can't chat with people. So she got on her computer and started chatting. I guess she made a friend. And that's fine, she never met them. They're just online friends. And online friends are just as important. So she goes and I didn't want her to, because all of her appliances are shit. That house has crap appliances in it, like the basic appliances. So her refrigerator gave her like a tense or sad moodlet because it made her food smell funny or something. So every time she took food out of her fridge, she was sad. And I was like, God damn it. And then she would cook, and her stove was crap. And I was like, okay, well, I forgot she was a vegetarian, and I made her have eggs and bacon, and then she got real like, my stomach hurts. I think there was meat in this. And I was like, oh my God, you're that vegetarian. Why did you eat it? So I click her out of it. Like, don't eat that. And then I go and I had like, just eat something else. So I was like, well, fine, we'll make the dumplings. There's a vegetarian dumplings. Although that's safe. It's pretty quick. It's a one skill thing. It's not a big deal. Her stove catches on fire.
Of course.
I was like,
can't be systems without fire.
I was like, she can't leave this house, right? Because she has no door. And her stove catches on fire. And I'm like, and people can't come.
The fire department can't get in.
They can't come in. So I'm like, shit. So she puts the fire out. She's all like, okay, I feel great. I put the fire out. And then the little thing pops up and says, your insurance company has given you money for things that you lost. Because she lost her stove. She lost a countertop. She lost a sink. All that stuff was lost in the fire. They give you like no dollars. So she had to, like, I was like, so do we get a new stove? Because we can't replace anything else. So she had to get a new, just as shitty stove. So now I'm like, bitch, you're going to eat salads for the rest of your damn life. Because they don't involve cooking. Side note, if you eat salad all the time, they get mad about that too.
Really?
She got mad about bored of the same old, or something stupid like that. Like she was not okay with eating salad every day because she didn't eat anything else, guys. Nothing. All day.
Wow.
Every time she was hungry, she ate salad.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So anyway, fast forward, she's making her house now is full of these arrangements because I'm trying, because I'm like, well, I sell them. They don't make any like monies for them. So I'm trying to wait till my gardening skills go up so I can like send them with stuff and make more money. So her house is full of arrangements. It's like a freaking plant hoarder in there. And all of a sudden, I get a notification. Your friend so-and-so has died. She only has one mother trucking friend that she met online, and he died. And she was so heartbroken.
Oh, no.
The bitch couldn't stop crying.
Oh, no.
Like, she's just like mourning hardcore over this dude that she's never met, because online friends are important, and she is bawling. So I found out you can water the plants with your tears.
That is the thing. That is the thing you can do.
Oh my god.
And so I thought maybe I could put the earbuds in to make her have a little more happiness, but it didn't help. So she has like this like S-pop, whatever that is, music. I think it's like their version of K-pop, but it's like sim-pop. So it's like music, and she's freaking crying over her plants.
Oh no.
That's really funny.
There's like little like music notes coming from her head from the freaking things, and she's bawling into her plants. And I was like, oh god, her life is trash. So I sold all of these plants, all of the flower arrangements. She still only had like I was like, she can't get over like 700 simoleons. This girl is not making any money because she had to buy food to eat, to buy things to make her plant arrangements. I mean, it was garbage. And then I was like, she needs to make more friends because now she's sad again from not having social interactions. But also I don't want her to, because this was traumatizing for me, for her, for everyone. Like and then he's just in her. I've never had a friend die in The Sims. I guess I don't play long enough for the people to die. I don't know, but I just, then you can think about them later, and then cry some more.
Think about like family members, about friends, yeah. Or think about Sim or whatever. Yeah.
But aren't tears salty? Isn't that your plants?
No, her plants actually got better. They evolved better with her from her sad emo tears. Wow. I feel like I just wanted to be like, cut my life into pieces. This is my last. I really felt like, or like, I should just be singing some like Thursday or something like that. Like,
some Linkin Park.
She should be. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, she needed a soundtrack for that. Like, it was bad. Like, I wish I had recorded it so that you guys, so I could have put like some music in the background, because it was a hot mess. So that is that's Vanity's.
Wait, so you were able to get columns or paintings or anything?
I could barely get food. Okay. That stove got me back so much money. Funny. Like, I think it's because I don't understand how to play The Sims without cheats. Like, I don't understand like not using Motherload. I don't understand not having the money I need to buy things. So when I first started playing, I just buying stuff. And then I looked down and I was like, oh no. And then I never crawled back out of that hole. I should have just changed careers, but I was committed. So I didn't. And then, I mean, after her life turned to trash, I was like, I'll finish this later.
This is a little.
Walk away.
It got real dramatic.
I'm gonna walk away. Just leave it.
I think it's best for both of us.
I kind of wanted to give her a door, like, just go outside, be free, find a friend who's not dead.
Friend who's not dead.
Like, if you open up her...
Well, because you can chat. Live Sims only.
That makes me laugh.
That Sims do not apply.
If you open up her little like relationship thing, she literally only had one, and I didn't even know she even had a person. That I wasn't like watching her; she was talking to people on the computer, so I didn't know she made a friend, but she did.
See, I don't even know how you did that, because when my girl never knew anybody, and she chatted online, but she never actually met anybody.
You've met so and so. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, that happened. And then she made, and
my girl never knew anybody because she never had a welcome.
She had a welcome back. They just never walked in her house. They set us out the fruitcake, like, hey, bitch. And she was like, hey, guys, there's a door. No, she had a pen pal. That's what it was. She had a pen pal that she would chat with. That's how she met him. I forgot that now. But she just would email him back and forth, and then he died. So,
yeah, I've done that pen pal thing before. That's really fun. I like doing that.
That's really fun. I'm glad he died. It was like, that's what we were going with. But yes, I did learn you can water plants with your tears. So.
Making the best out of a bad situation. Story time with Randy.
Turn that frown upside down. Oh, God. So that was my story. That happened to her. That was her life. She's still going on. She's going strong. I just don't feel like... I feel like we needed a break. Me and her.
Alrighty. So I'll tell my story. So I did this right when I got Get Famous, and I got Get Famous for Christmas, so this was like in January. So I don't remember every single detail. So if I get things wrong, don't come at me. This was a while ago. But basically I made my person, and what I did is I literally just put like, one countertop, one stove, one refrigerator, one bar stool, with one countertop, like to sit, you know what I mean? I did like the bare minimum in the house. And so basically for her young adult life, she was, and it was Get Famous. So I bought the video production studio. That's why I had to like get basically no furniture, because I had to afford the studio. I'm pretty sure I had to like paint a couple of things first to even afford it. Anyway, so I had like all the bare essentials. Then once I finished all the paintings, I actually had some money to play with. So what I did is I just kind of went through and one by one upgraded to like the counters I wanted and the fridge I wanted and all that stuff. And luckily, I have tons of CC. So most of the CC is like relatively cheap. Like some of it's really expensive, but actually some of it's pretty cheap, which I was really happy about. But it's like, like 10. Yeah, it's like 10 Unbreakable, 10 plus 10 Moodlet or whatever. But it's like significantly cheaper than everything else. So I really like that. Like, thank you, CC creators that do that make things very cheap, but like the best. It's awesome.
Plumbob Tea Society had paintings, and that's how I had paintings in her house, because there were only like 40 simoleons, and I was like, I can do this part. So I got like paintings everywhere. Her house looked ridiculous, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there's even like some cute paintings for like $1. Like some Sims creators do that, which I love. That's so awesome. So I got her house the way I wanted it, like actually relatively quick, because the furniture I wanted like wasn't too expensive. And also she was in like 64 by 64 square room, so there's not much I could do. So she had everything the way she wanted, and I was doing a bathtub because I got this Peacemaker icy bathtub that I'm just obsessed with, and I've had, keyword had, been putting it in all of my Sims houses. So I made her bedroom like is a 4 or six squares or whatever, so that she could have a bathtub and a toilet and a sink. So really proud, have the house really, really good. I'm having her do video production. I mean, this bitch, she's putting out videos, maybe 3 videos a day. Like, I literally just had her making videos constantly. Then when I was able to buy the streaming thing, I had her buy the streaming camera that like, flies and like follows you around. So that like totally changed the game for me, because I like then began streaming. And streaming, if you haven't done it yet, you gain like followers and you gain money like every minute or whatever, or every second that the streamer is streaming. So that was really good. So I had a like very strict regimen that my poor Sim was on, and she was a geek also. Your Sim was by the time, girl.
Oh my god!
Yeah, she was a cam girl.
Oh my god!
Yep. She kept her clothes on.
Vanity, no!
I mean, it's what she described, okay?
Yes. So she
don't you be so outraged by now. It's what she did.
She was. So because I gave her the geek trait, and because of that, she got a positive social moodlet when she was streaming. So I didn't even need to like chat online anymore, because she streamed all day.
None of her friends got to die. Great.
Yeah, none of her friends died. She would wake up and she would like go to the bathroom, shower. Well, not shower, take a bubble bath, go to the bathroom, do all that. Then she would start streaming, and she would cook her meal and eat it. By the time she cooked her meal and ate it, the thing usually died. You know how it like dies instantly, or the battery runs out or whatever, the streaming thing. So then once it would die, she would clean up her plate. Then she would turn it on again, because it dies, and literally the second it dies, you could just click on it again and it starts streaming again. It's kind of weird that it dies, but anyway. So then she would start streaming again, and she would stream herself playing video games. She would stream recording videos, editing videos, painting, whatever she was doing. She was streaming. So she was constantly making followers, constantly bringing in money. And then when she became higher up in fame, because I was doing the whole fame thing, when she got higher up in fame, she got like the monetized videos, you know? So then she did like all the monetized videos. She got definitely to level 10 of the video production, because this bitch was literally making like 3 videos a day and streaming her entire life. So it was like crazy how much money she was bringing in. So basically by the end, she was bringing in about $10,000. Like she was bringing in $5,000 every 12 hours.
Wow.
Like, yeah, pretty consistently, which is crazy. $10,000 every 24 hours. So I got the challenge was going super good. You know, I made all the paintings. Once I made all the 20 paintings, I sold all of them. And then I built like a second room off, like she couldn't access it, but I built it like, you know, outside of my line. I basically kept my camera, you know, like my view of the game in like the same spot, because obviously it was a room. So the building was like out of my view. So I put all the columns around there. I put all the plants around there. I got like the most expensive plant and just slowly it's like this oak thing, this Japanese oak tree or something. I put like 20 of those or however many is needed for landscaping. I just saved up, and once I could buy it, I just bought it and put it on the lot so that her lot would increase with value. And then once I got to the point where I was making about $5,000 every day, I was trying to think of what I could buy to increase her house value. And so I was looking through all the objects, and look at, what do you know? There's a gold toilet that's worth $5,000. So from Get Famous. So what
you have a Kanye toilet?
I filled that. I didn't put it in her house because it was too tacky, But I filled that second building with gold toilets, like to the point where I had to move objects on and literally stack toilets. Just stack all of these toilets in
Kanye
this
would be so
room.
proud of you.
But yeah, so I did that for a while. Everything was going great. I was getting about 2 toilets every 24 hours. The only issue is that she got all these weird fame quirks. So she got one where, like, a public number, so people would text her random things. So her emotions were like all over the place because she would get a text saying like, "You're dumb, I hate you," and then she'd be sad for like a few hours, and she'd get a text like, "Oh, I love you, you're an inspiration," and then she'd be happy for a few hours. It was like crazy. So everything's going great. She's a 4-star celebrity, but you know how it has those like little notches? She was 1 notch away from being a 5-star celebrity. She had a pristine aspiration because she did that 24-hour charity stream. Also, if you want to totally if you're doing the famous route and you want to make a lot of followers, do the 24-hour charity stream. Oh my God, she got so many followers from that. It was crazy.
I mean,
yeah,
that just seems like a lot happening.
What she did, she got those potions, you know, the celebrity serums. So I just saved up like 10 of those, and then I had her do it. So I just made her drink all 10 and then did the stream. So she lasted. It was crazy, but she did it. My poor
So
Sim,
she was streaming and she was stoned off her mind.
she was something. I don't know what she was. She was
And how else
insane.
would you stream to your millions of followers? I'm making it take a dark turn because
so
mine took a dark turn.
Look, all I'm saying is this whole cam girl thing, if you have Wicked Whims installed...
I do not.
I'm just saying, you could be the next Kim Kardashian. Just saying.
I don't think she was a cam girl, per se. But you could get that. You can get that Kardashian bling.
Yeah, sex tape.
Weren't we covering this earlier?
You could become a self-made billionaire, just like Kylie. I will never not be bitter about that.
Oh, Shiza.
So she, was almost a 5-star celebrity, like really close to it. So one day, and then she was, at the end, she was about, what is it? It's 350,000. I remember she was 300. She must have been 320. So she had $320,000 in her household, whatever, you know, the aspiration where it shows you what your household is worth. So she's 320. I played until she was an adult, about 3 days away from being an elder, because I was looking at everything and I was like, okay, she's about to be an elder. I was looking at it. I'm like, she's 3 days away from being an elder. She needs about 3 days to go up to $350,000, and she's almost a 5-star celebrity. So I'm like, oh, this is great. You know, 3 days of doing the same thing here. And my plan was, I'm gonna have her, once she reaches 5-star celebrity, completes the Mansion Baron challenge, and she's an elder, I'm gonna move her into the Get Famous neighborhood, because she was in Newcrest. I'm going to move her into the Get Famous neighborhood, have her live in one of the mansions, and have her just go outside, see her adoring fans, maybe get married, and just live a beautiful life as an elder lady. Super glamorous, super fabulous, right? So excited. I was like, this girl, I finally did it. I have an amazing sim who I crafted and molded, and she's amazing, and she's famous, and this is awesome. And I had just gotten Get Famous, so I'm like, this is so wonderful. So 3 days away from being an elder, 3 days away from earning $350,000, 3 days away from being a 5-star celebrity, I have her get up, do her normal routine. She gets up, she streams her breakfast, eats it, goes to the bathroom, takes a nice, relaxing, playful bubble bath. She gets out of the bubble bath, and I notice that she's hysterical.
Oh, no.
Now, her whole life, she's been hysterical. Every morning she would wake up and take a bubble bath. She was hysterical. Never an issue. All young adult, up to now, hysterical every day, not a big deal. She walks over, turns on her little streaming camera, walks over to play a video game, because I think she had level 10 of the video game skill too, so she was doing the streams where she earned money, or the games, So she's walking over to her little chair to sit down and play her game. And while her thousands of fans were watching her while she was streaming, she lays down and dies of being hysterical.
Oh, no.
She live streamed her death.
It became a snuff film.
And let me say this. I have never had a sim die of an emotion before. Never had it. Never experienced it. Never had a sim die of being emotional. Ever. I've been playing Sims since 2014. Or, Sims 2. Or Sims 4. I've been playing Sims 4 since 2014. I've never had a Sims die of any emotion before.
No.
And
this challenge is bringing out all the deep, dark corners of the Sims, crying into your plants, dying from hysteria.
Snuff film.
On film. And you know what? I was really mad at first. I'll be honest. I was like...
Did the Grim Reaper stop the recording?
No, it recorded everything. It recorded her dying. It recorded Grim coming. It recorded him reaping her. And it recorded, I think, until she was an urn. Yeah, when she was an urn, then the recording stopped. Literally.
Recorded her beating her
entire death.
There was no one to refresh its battery, and its last words were, "My battery is dying and it's getting dark."
No!
People died at that point. And if you're a geek, your streaming device can become your friend. Like,
did it cry over
in your relationships? No, it died. So I was really mad. I was screaming. I was literally screaming at my laptop, freaking out. And then I was like, you know what? That was the perfect way for her to go. Obviously, I would have loved to have completed the challenge, but that's what she would have wanted. Dying while streaming. Oh, man. And then I did another challenge, and my sim, literally on the first day, died of being hysterical in that bathtub.
Maybe you should get rid of
I don't do bathtubs anymore.
Bathtub. It's cursed. Tell him that it's cursed.
Please, my God. You killed all my
cursed, bro.
I mean, I use the showers. The showers are fine. I use the showers.
Oh, my God. That is freaking hilarious. Ava, did your sim die?
Yeah.
Well, that depends on what you mean by dying. Obviously, dropping dead in front of thousands of people is dying, but for me, it was different, I guess. Okay, so I built my own little house, I suppose you could say. And I gave her, like I said, that little outside area where she had like the little meditation bench, which she never used because for some reason it rained practically every day in my game for some reason.
You live in Seattle?
All the way, apparently, all the way through like spring and autumn, and just even in summer, it used to get thunderstorms like every other day. It was crazy, and then she'd get freaked out by the thunderstorms, and it was the whole thing. I also gave her a computer because I was like, I'll find someone online that she can chat with. Turns out I didn't have to, because how when you start a new game, the welcome wagon comes in and, introduces themselves to you. Obviously, there was no door, so they couldn't get to her. But for some reason, even though you've never interacted with those people that show up, they still show up in your social tab.
Huh.
And, well, at least they did for me. And since it didn't say anything in the rules about not being allowed to call people, I was like, I could just, you can just call them up to chat. But I didn't want it to be too cheaty, so I only allowed her 2 phone calls a day. Because we're in prison now. You're locked up. You're allowed 2 phone calls a day. So yeah, it was usually in the morning she would get up and call somebody, and then in the afternoon, like when her social skills were, her social need was getting a little bit low, she'd call somebody else. And I had her first max out her painting so I could work on those, collecting those paintings. And then I had her max out her writing. In between, I worked on gardening. She only ate salad and fruit salad and like yogurt and fruit for like the first couple of levels in cooking because I didn't want to risk burning the house down because, nobody can get in to help her and she can't get out.
It's like a hoarder's house, man. You're going to die in there.
Yeah, pretty much. But funnily enough, this is also the save file where I discovered that you could water plants with your tears.
See?
I didn't know that was possible, but it was a thing. I can't remember how she was sad, but I remember she was sad about something. And I just clicked the plants. I was like, maybe some gardening will cheer you up. You can chat with your plants. And the option came up to water plants with tears. I was like, oh, this game. Oh, I love this game so much.
It is the most emo thing I have ever seen, ever.
So true.
She's just hunched over that thing, like singing freaking The Used. Like she's just having a moment over. She's singing some like My Chemical Romance, Ghost of You going on. Like she's just
yeah.
So fitting, actually. The Ghost of You.
Oh.
I'm not okay.
Oh shit!
I'm not okay.
Oh gosh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not okay.
But yeah, I managed to get her, I think, up to level 3 of the Mansion Baron challenge. I didn't finish it because while I did enjoy this challenge, after a while I got bored. It was just getting up and doing the same thing every day, and like you couldn't go anywhere. And I think that was also around the time that I just got Jungle Adventure in sale. And was like, I kind of want to play that now. And I just got bored. So did she die? Not in a fire. No, not in front of thousands of viewers on stream because of her extreme emotions. No. But I guess she's just trapped in limbo now because I don't know if I'm ever going to go back and finish it. She's Schrodinger's sim now, neither alive nor dead.
That's awesome.
It was a good challenge to start with, though, because I did get further in this challenge than I ever did in any other challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And I did enjoy it, but I suppose lack of variety, eventually I do get bored. It's like Marissa said, I start things and then I don't finish them because I have the attention span of a squirrel.
I just feel really bad for her. I feel like I'm just going to give her a door because I just can't do this anymore. Like, I just feel like I am some kind of like horrible, shitty person who traps this chick in her house with the ghost of her dead friend and her plants. Like, this is the start of like a really horrible Lifetime movie. Then she like breaks out and just kills everybody with the potted plants in her house.
Oh my god! It's like the Truman Show!
Yes!
Oh. Yeah.
It's like the Truman Show! She's Jim Carrey!
Awkward.
Samantha Carey, save us.
Oh, see, this is why I can't do it. I felt bad.
See, I didn't feel as bad for my sim because her fun and her social were always up because I gave her the geek trait. And the only reason I gave her yes, Samantha. Samantha's what we're going with. I don't care about Jamie. I don't care about Jamie. Samantha. But I didn't feel as bad for her because I gave her, so my intention was to have her become a programmer and make a lot of money from
and
that.
And then you down to the cam girl, like that took a turn.
It was because I hadn't played with Get Famous yet. This was the first thing I did once I got Get Famous. This was the first challenge. I didn't even like make a Get Famous character or do anything with the acting career yet. I literally like installed Get Famous and started doing this challenge. So I was just thinking like, oh, I'll have her be a programmer because I don't know what I can do with fame. I thought maybe she'll become a famous programmer or something. Like I didn't think, you know what I mean? I just didn't know what to do. But she did like no programming at all. Once I could afford that video station, because I was looking through all the Get Famous items, I saw that video station. I was like, this is the money. Like this is where she's gonna make the money, not programming. But yeah, so I didn't feel too bad for her fun and her. Maybe that's why she was hysterical when she took bathtubs, because she was usually playful because she was always playing like video games and she was a geek. So maybe that was it. And because she was always streaming, she always had like a positive moodlet. I forget what it said, but it was from streaming. It was like, oh, my robot friend, like hanging out with my robot friend or something. And it was because she was had the video camera. So
Rebecca did the same thing. Like she got the royalties from making the videos, about $3,000 a day for making the videos too. So I guess that was like the way to do it, is to make streaming videos.
Yeah, I ended up at least $5,000 a day from royalties, and about $5,000 just from streaming every day, all day. So
everybody successfully had a job except for me. Flower arranging career, not a good one. Just don't do it. Unless you can buy the flowers. I couldn't, so there was that.
Yeah, if you're like willing to cheat and do buy-to-bug for all the flowers, then I think it would be worth it. Like planting all the flowers, you know?
It would probably, it might work out better for you. But it didn't work out better for me because I couldn't. I refused to cheat. I want to go back to my cheats now because screw all of that. But anyway.
Because I'm pretty sure buy-to-bug is, the flowers are
they're
free.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
They're free, yeah. So, or they're like $10 or something. So yeah, you can do that.
Anything else, guys? Because we just brought that house down with the depressing stories of Ava abandoning her girl to the abyss, my girl crying into her plants forever, and then your girl dying on cam. Like the room challenge. It's so much fun. The room challenge, everyone.
It actually is fun. Like it on the Sims Facebook group. I tell everybody to do the room challenge because there's enough variety to it. You know, you don't have to do what we did. You could, I know Rebecca said that she did the money tree as well. Like you could do another aspiration to build up to the money tree, get that, and then do the mansion baron so that the mansion one's a little easier for you if you're getting that consistent $8,000 a day from the plants. You know, it's just like, there's so much variety, and that's what I like. And also, no kids is always a plus.
I mean, it's why I love this challenge. There's nobody else about my sim. Yes, gaga. I don't have to interact with people. Sweet. The thing why I liked it is because it made me do things I didn't do before. Like I've never done the flower arranging career.
Yeah.
I always cheat my plants. So like my gardening stuff. So I never realized you can cry. I always get rid of negative moodlets, so I'm never sad. I didn't know you can cry into your plants. These are things I never do. So it was cool to like find out that part of the game, I guess, and be a little bit different. So that was cool. But other than that, it was fun. I just felt really bad. Hers just took a dark turn, and I just feel like I want to let her out. So.
You know, I think after this, I'm going to log on and just give her a door and set her free.
You should.
You feel so bad.
Set her free, Ava.
Just go, Lorelai. Go be free.
Go live your life. I mean, at least not like Marissa's, who's living in that town of nothing. You could set your girl free all you want to, but she has nobody to go hang out with because you put her in the empty town.
True.
And she's dead.
She's dead. Shit.
Shit. She's dead. She's free now.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't get much freer than that.
Well, she's free now.
Free from my clutches.
I guess you could say she's in the arms of the angels.
I hate you.
Oh, no.
Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
In the arms of an angel.
And if anyone comes for me and is like, why didn't you just quit and not save and restart? And so she didn't die. I had been playing for 3 hours without saving. I was not going back. The last point I saved, she was like barely a level 2 celebrity, had no money, hadn't made any videos. No, I just decided to end it. I did not want to redo that entire challenge.
And also, I mean, everybody's life has to come to an end sometime. You can't just go back. Life does not work that way. You make your choice. You make your choices and you live with them.
Exactly.
If you die from taking daily bubble baths, then that's just how it is. That's the real world.
It's the real world.
Oh, shit. All right. So on that note, we're going to say thanks to people. Do we have any shout outs for this episode, guys?
Yes. We have some amazing shout outs. Let's find them.
While we do that, I'm going to talk about things. Like, we're going to thank our researchers and writers, Roxy and Rebecca. Oh, we didn't talk about Roxy's real quick while you find the shout out. So Roxy made her Google spreadsheets. Like, she was all about this life. A deluxe one with like, we'll put a link to it. It is intense. So she scored 180, but she failed because her sim was an alien living underground, except for a kitchen and a garden that were above ground. She built a rocket, grew a cowplant, and hacked her heart out. But I got too distracted by skills and aspiration milestones and ran out of time to complete the challenge. She finished 3 of 4 Mansion Baron milestones with 2 days left in her lifetime. Oh. I was like, how'd you run out of time? But because she was going to die. That's how you run out of time. And then you crawl around the kitchen like Marissa told me. That's how people die. My knees.
So speaking of cats and dogs, we actually got some great positive feedback. Stephanie on our Facebook page commented, just found this podcast and love it. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
We love that you love it.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Then we got a great comment from the Facebook from Michaela. She said, attention anyone who listened to the Cats and Dogs episode of Under the Plumbob. I am traveling for work, getting some pretty critical training in a lab across the country. Trying to pay attention when I hear an interview with Sarah McLachlan on the radio. Next thing you know, they cut to what they deemed her most influential song, In the Arms of an Angel. Everything I had not to burst into laughter.
In the arms.
Could you imagine? I haven't heard that song since we talked about it, but I would also be dying of hysteria.
Oh, I heard.
And dying while streaming.
Michaela. That's
Vanity. I totally forgot. While I was in Canada, my friend took me downtown. No, well, close. My friend took me downtown to the Skywalk in downtown Winnipeg, and they had this long gallery there because they have like this sort of stadium where they have a lot of gigs, and they had like all these portraits of artists that had concerts there, and one of them was Sarah McLachlan from her March 8th concert in 2011. She's holding a guitar. She's holding a guitar. So in my head, I'm just going to pretend that she was singing In the Arms of an Angel at that precise moment. That is my headcanon now. That's what that picture is from.
Just superimpose her into that cemetery with all the pets.
I took a picture of it. I'm going to send it to you. I meant to send it to you before, but I keep forgetting. I'm going to send it to you.
Oh my God. And then I just want to know.
I just burst out laughing in the middle of the Skywalk, and people were just looking at me like I was insane.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah McLachlan is an angel. Why are you laughing at her?
Oh, Sarah.
She is an angel.
She is. Hi, Cat. All right, guys. Well, next episodes, it's going to be soon up. Vanity can't speak today. Llama is going to talk about my absolute favorite thing, Simlit, which is sim fanfiction and sim like literature in general, and it's bomb. Man, those sim tumblers were amazing. So that's exciting.
I used to do that when I was playing Sims 1.
Mm-hmm. And then
make stories with screenshots.
Our next episode is going to talk about the Sims creator, Will Wright.
Our Lord and Savior.
Will Wright. Like, not Will Wheaton, but Will Wright.
Not Will Wheaton.
Wheaton. So Will Wright, we're talking about him. It's going to be interesting. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, like if you're like, hey, why don't you guys cover X, Y, and Z? Then you need to go to any of our social medias and tell us. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
What are our social medias? Why don't you tell us, guys?
Plumbobcast on Instagram and Twitter. Plumbob Podcast on Reddit. Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Our website is undertheplumbob.com. You can fill out our contact form there or email us at undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Twitch and YouTube and slowly starting to provide video content. www.twitch.tv/undertheplumbobpodcast and Plumbob Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe and rate and review on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, and more. You let us know.
I want you to know that how you did that Twitch URL made me so happy. You sounded like such an old lady. www. Oh shit! We know
I was raised on PBS.
We know we're on the World Wide Web. Just letting you know.
I was raised on PBS in the early 2000s, where they'd be like, "Go to our website, www.arthur.com." Like that is how I will always put
PBSkids.org. Girl, I want to be on Zoom so bad. Anyway, so yeah. Thank you.
Also, special shout out to Rebecca and Roxy for putting all these amazing notes in here and sharing their stories.
So much stuff.
And thanks to Carl. You didn't do anything this time. I'm just going to thank you every time.
Carl, you should always be grateful to Carl.
I'm just forever grateful to you, Carl.
Forever.
Thanks, Carl.
Forever grateful. We love you, Carl.
Just for being Carl.
That's Carl's Sims 4 guide, if you guys don't know who Carl is. And if you don't know who Carl is, get your life together.
Man, I discovered Carl. I discovered him during Sims 3 when I was doing the alchemy for Sims 3 Supernatural, and he had just this amazing list with all the ingredients and like locations and potions, and saved my life.
Carl saves my life on a daily basis.
You're a genius, Carl.
If you know Carl, please let him know that we love him.
Yes, please do.
Or if Carl is a team of people, let that team of people know that we really like
We only like Carl. Screw the rest of your team.
We only like Carl.
Well, it's like Carl doesn't exist. Like Carl stands for like,
Carol,
like four
Carol,
people,
Arthur,
like
Richard, and Lee.
Yeah. Yep. Carl doesn't exist. It's just a group of people.
It's an amalgam of people. It's one person morphed into it's weird. Carl, we love you still.
And also thank you to Katorkama. Katagruma.
Let me hang on. Katoregama?
Ooh.
Is that it? Is that it? I hope
we're going to call it that. That was nice.
Probably.
If it's not,
I like it.
Apologies for mangling your name, but
we're going to put your name in our notes, though. So, I mean, just click on that, guys, because we try.
Like, if you listen to this, maybe send us one of those how to pronounce kind of art, like a phonetic version of how to pronounce your name. That'd be great.
That'd be great. We'll put it in. And also, last but not least, thank you guys for listening to this. We went off on some tangents. Thank you for being with me during my sad story and Marissa's time as a cam girl. And Ava's poor trapped sim. Good times, guys. It's always a great time with you. So yeah.
It's always a great time here under the Plumbob Podcast.
It's always something.
So yeah, we'll see you next time here with Team Tangent. I mean Team Cowplant.
We'll see you next time. I'm gonna go try to salvage that hour that I missed from daylight savings time. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if that tarp is still holding up my my bathroom skylight and see if half my bathroom hasn't blown away yet.
Hurricanes are coming.
Hurricane.
All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go back to the real world because shit going down.
Back to the real
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Badish. Dag dag.